All right. Hello, guys.
Hi, guys.
Guess what? We are here for another edition of, you guessed it, my favorite home haunts. Now, I got to apologize because I kind of lied. I said we were done with the series for 2025. I guess I was wrong. So, had some... Go ahead.
This is a halfway to Halloween edition.
So this is my favorite home haunts halfway to Halloween edition. So we got some late submissions in, and I would be remiss if we did not get a chance to show you some of these amazing home haunts. And I think you'll agree once you see what's in there. Do not go away, because there is some amazing home haunts to take a look at.
I'll tell you, these three knocked it out of the park. Two of them, love these ladies. They're pretty amazing, and it's...
Don't give too much away.
Oh.
Hey.
So sorry.
Stay tuned. There'll be more. Giving away all the secrets. All right, so stick with us, and we're going to take a look at some awesome home haunts. 3. Whoa.
Wow. You guys, was that not amazing? This is one of them that I talked about. We've watched her for years. And Nightmare on
45th Street.
45th Street. I knew I was going to say it wrong. But Kickens?
Yep. Yes. On Instagram.
On Instagram.
Yep.
I love watching what she's doing on Instagram, and this little video here, her clips that she showed, just outstanding. Outstanding. The colors, how bright and vibrant. I told David it almost seemed, what was the word I used?
Like a battle, you said?
No.
Oh, it was almost magical.
You said magical.
Oh.
Yeah. I said, oh my goodness.
Whimsical?
Whimsical. To me, it's whimsical. But what I noticed, and hopefully she'll comment below, because I'm sure she's going to watch this. I sure hope she does. That it seemed like she almost had the jack-o'-lanterns and the skeletons battling in her scenes. Like, there was one where I saw, like, it was a jack-o'-lantern head with a skeleton body, but it was tearing apart a skeleton. And I thought, oh my gosh. And that was the little guys, the little short ones.
They were funny.
And I just thought that was so cool. And then the different sets, I thought that's brilliant. But her color, like, honestly, I know David took a lot of inspiration from her colors and how she just lit up a space. And when we did our front yard, I noticed he kind of went in that direction, and I personally loved it. And I know a lot of people that came by loved all the colors. So I know her neighborhood is probably just absolutely thrilled that she does this each year. I really enjoyed watching this, and thank you so much for sharing it with us. By the way, guys, I'm so excited that David actually invited me into his little studio, because I'm never in here, but I just had to throw that jab.
Nice.
Take it away, David.
Nice. All right, I'm getting jabs, guys. I'm getting jabs. Yes, Jamie is finally, because she hides from us. She hides from us because she is Jamie loving all seasons. Meanwhile, I'm stuck down here and I'm the Halloween all season long grouch. But Jamie decided to grace us today and let us have the benefit of her presence on My Favorite Home Haunt. If you think she should be on more of the My Favorite Home Haunt series, drop a comment and let us know your thoughts. Should Jamie be in more episodes of My Favorite Home Haunt? Because I'm normally doing it by myself. So, but anyway, I digress. I need to talk about the subject matter here. We're talking about Nightmare on 45th Street, and I tell you what, Jamie is right. I've been following Kickens on Instagram. By the way, go follow her Instagram account, Kickens. I've been following her on Instagram for a while, and I was very, very, very inspired by the way she uses color. And it's almost like she can use color to almost tell the story. But one thing I learned just from looking at the way she attacks her color palette is that you can really make or break a display with the use of color. Poor use of color doesn't really give you the dramatic overhaul you want. A good use of color really makes everything come to life. An overuse of color could just turn into a big ball of madness. So it really is an art. It really is an art. So once again, I will tell you, I am definitely inspired about the way you use color. It's very smart, very intelligent use of color, whether you're using something that's low voltage to accentuate something, or if you're trying to color an entire area, but everything is purposeful. So, but anyway, I digress. Absolutely insane what you do, because not only does she put this nice display on, but she's also a fabricator. A lot of what you saw were things that she made herself and fabricated. Like, one thing I think of is kind of like the big deer antler skull. I guess what would you call that?
Like a Wendigo.
A Wendigo. It was almost like a Wendigo. She made that. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. The little spirits you saw rising out of the grave, she made those. So many things. And then the sets, those sets and some of the tombstones, all fabricated. Amazing stuff. And I could just sit there and really look at this. It's so cool. And it's awesome. And I know as I told Jamie, it just feels like it's magic, when you see it. Awesome job. Kudos. And it is way too late. We should have had you on My Favorite Home Haunts a long time ago. So make sure you do a good walkthrough this year. We want to see more. I'm sure people want to see more. So definitely do a walkthrough, and don't forget to get some horizontal footage because you've got an amazing work of art there, and we would love to see more of what you do. Yes. So thanks again. And we're going to get into the next one here. Let's keep the ball rolling. Like I said,
who are we watching next?
Well, you know what? We're going to introduce them in a minute here, but for now, I'm going to go ahead and leave a little mystery on the plate. So stay tuned. Here comes the next one. Wow. What can I say? That felt like a carnival bazaar with a theatrical backdrop. It's just amazing. So many things to look at. But I got to tell you, one thing that jumped out at me right away. I'm going to have to ask you, Fraidy, how many reported nightmares did you get about one, that Medusa mask and costume? I'm pretty sure some kids did not sleep well that night.
Yeah.
So I want to know if you got any complaints. Two, that human spider. Holy mokes. You got to tell us more about the fabrication process on that. Something you made outstanding, creepy, but just wonderfully creepy. Such a good job. And just, I love the detail of every scene that you go into. Everything is carefully just, put together. Like there was thought behind it. Like I want this to be the overall theme of this room, and it's consistent, and it's very cool to see. Really enjoyed watching that. I'm glad you finally got a video over for us to look at, because I feel like people need to see your genius. You do such an amazing job every time. It's just, you feel like you're being transported somewhere, every time. But what an amazing setup you had this year. I love the sign. It just really well done. Everything about it. So thank you once again for getting that and allowing us to be able to showcase this for you. If you guys don't know, Fraidy Zone has a channel. Please go and subscribe and see more of what she does. She does some make and takes. She shows you some more of her other creativities.
Different years.
Different years. I mean, just really cool. Please go and subscribe and support Fraidy Zone on YouTube.
Is she on Instagram as well?
She is also on Instagram. So you can check her on both of those mediums. And also, I forgot to mention that earlier, Kickens on Instagram, but on YouTube, it's Nightmare on 45th Street. So make sure you go subscribe to that channel as well. I want to make sure that I am supporting all of these artists. You guys want to see more. Don't just take my word for it. Go check them out and see what they have to offer. Now we're going to see what Jamie thinks of this.
Okay. As David was saying, wow. Just wow. I told David as we're watching this, I'm like, I feel like it's almost like going through a Universal set, because it's so well done. So well done. Her attention to detail is just amazing. I guarantee if we were to see it with lights on, we would still find all the magic in it. And sometimes you can't have that with certain things or certain areas. Like if you go into a haunt, once you turn that light on, it's just not the same. Right?
That's what happens with us.
But I think with hers, it would be a little different. I really believe that, because just outstanding. Outstanding, girl. I absolutely love it. David found you, and of course I followed. I love seeing what you're putting out there. I think you do an outstanding job. I love that you and your husband are doing this together. That I love seeing teams like that. And then the fact that you have, I noticed you said all the other people helping it run smoothly, and we know about that. We know how that can be very tricky. And it seems like all the kids were having a wonderful time until they probably got to you at the end, because I would be terrified. I would absolutely be terrified. But I will tell you, your house, I would be coming. I would be going through your house several times, and I know this one, he would take an hour, 2 hours in there.
Security?
Just to see everything that you've done and you've made and you've put together. Love it. Love it. Wow. Just wow.
Right?
Tim, this is awesome. I really loved your theme. Obviously, it's near and dear to our hearts with Haunted at the Roxbury Farms. So, I love that. You had me in. And I am a lover of jack-o'-lanterns. I feel like there's nothing more that says Halloween than jack-o'-lanterns. I truly believe that. And, that's what my mind goes to. And I love that you incorporated that with creepy and somewhat gory. And with the guy and his head just spilling out. I get a little grossed out by stuff like this. As much as I love it, but I'm like, oh. So, great job. And I love the color that you have, but the theme, you got my thumbs up. So, good job. I loved it.
Awesome. Alrighty, man. You already know. Just a quick factoid: the farm hunt. Tim Fowler and the Fowler family. Something you guys may not know. You guys have ever watched Midsummer Scream and saw the Hall of Shadows and what goes down there? Tim is a big part of that. He's also a big part of the Cal Haunts group here, which is a group of uber talented hunters that they make me want to hide in a corner. These guys are just crazy talented. But I know you're a busy guy, and I'm glad we got this. Your work is like a bag Dorito. You want more. You start eating a few, and you're like, man, I'm gonna eat this whole bag. So, hopefully, Tim, we get a whole bag here pretty soon here. I know as home haunters, I think one of the things that happens for all of us, and I can relate, is that we get caught up in everything that's going on. And I can't tell you how many years I'm sitting here and I'm going, I didn't record anything. I didn't take any pictures because I'm just in the moment, you know what I mean? And you just forget. So it's not easy. And I understand and relate and feel that pain of crap, I did not record anything. And now you're halfway through teardown when it dawns on you. So, but amazing. One thing I love is obviously we love as Jamie said, we love the farm theme because we live in basically a surrounded area of farmland. We're in a subdivision here, and there's still active farms around us. But so farm became something that we love the lore of. But one thing I love beyond that farm thing you have is you have this trick or treat vibe. And I love trick or treat. Sam would be right at home sitting in your display. Yeah. Sam would be like, oh man, he built this for me. I love that trick or treat vibe. And I feel like that movie screams what Halloween is. When you watch that movie, you get all of those feelings that Halloween brings about, and that same kind of vibe rests in your display. You get all of those Halloween vibes, from the jack-o'-lanterns to the creepy people who are decomposing inside of jack-o'-lanterns, to the gory displays you think about in Trick or Treat, the lady with the pops, was it the lollipop in her mouth? Just that kind of whole vibe. Love it, man. Love it. You are a very talented individual. And what a great way to close this out. Guys, we have had a huge blessing to be able to see these, and I'm glad we're able to share these with you. But we're going to get into some more things here, but this is it. this is our last house here. Please drop a comment and let us know what you liked about each one of these amazing home haunts. We want to hear from you and hear what you have to say, and definitely let these creators know what you think of their work. So, man, Jamie, are you having fun doing my favorite home haunt?
I am. I did. I really enjoyed it. As y'all know, David lives Halloween 365 days a year.
I'd add a day if I could.
Right, 24 hours a day. I love all the seasons, but this actually gets me ramped up a little bit. I got to tell you, especially being we're at the point of halfway to Halloween, and watching these creators and what amazing stuff that they've done. Wow. It does get me a little excited. So thank you guys for doing that and getting this, all season loving girl.
The ether, you see the ether starting to flow.
Right. You even got me having my let's go to Saline or Celine? No, I think it was Salem. Shirt on, and but this was fun. I really enjoyed it. I think David does a great job though when he does watch these home haunts. I think you do a really good job at showing people and picking out these different homes and the different creators and finding what's the word I'm looking for? Finding these different unique ones. They're not always the same. If you guys go back and check out any of his other home haunts, check them out. Like, he really tries to find a good variety, from gory, bloody, to creepy, to just fun-filled, right, magical, home haunts.
Yep.
And that's what's so cool about home haunts.
Yep. And
it's people's creative.
It is. And what I love about it is that these home haunts span the nation. I mean, today you saw 2 haunts from California, one northern, one southern, which is almost like 2 different states. I'm a Californian, and I'm pretty sure they would agree with that. Northern California and Southern California are 2 different places. But then we also have one from British Columbia, Canada. So we literally get all over the globe. And if you've seen the others, we've hit New York, we've hit Louisiana, we've hit Michigan. Literally, and I love that all over the globe. There are people who think alike, and we're all what I call the 1031 kids. We all love Halloween.
I like that 1031.
And it, this is something that brings us together, and it's awesome to have that like-mindedness with other creators. But I wanted to take a real quick second to plug. We're talking about halfway to Halloween, so I'm going to plug an event coming up here for people in Michigan. If you are in Michigan,
hey, hold on. You don't have to be in Michigan.
I wasn't done.
Okay, sorry.
So if you are in Michigan, if you are in Ohio, if you are in Illinois, if you are in Indiana, let me tell you, May 10th, Halfway to Halloween Expo in Ann Arbor. Look it up. Get tickets. It's really not expensive, and it's insane to miss.
Take a day trip.
Yep.
David and I, we love doing that. And I'll tell you what, this is one you don't want to miss.
No.
It is so much fun. It has food. So, and we're talking good food, okay? Yes. Don't get me wrong. I love, now that we've gone to like Trans World and some other big events, their food, no. We got food trucks, like good stuff. We got places like a haunted house that you get to walk through, and that's included with your ticket.
Yep.
Which is so, $5, guys.
Yep.
$5 if you pre-buy.
Yep. $10 at the door, which is still not bad.
Right.
It's still not bad. When you consider what you pay for a good trade show, you're gonna pay about, I've seen the cheapest I've seen has been about $20. So This is a really awesome show. There are over 170 vendors. Let that sink in for a minute. Over 170
I don't think people
vendors.
realize that when they get there, how many vendors, and it just keeps going.
Yep.
Not to mention, they're going to have a great, I don't want to call them a podcast, so if you're watching, you know I'm not calling you a podcast. You're a talk show.
Yes.
You're a talk show.
The Baron and Cindy night. We were just, actually, you can go check them out right now. We just did an interview with them last weekend, had a blast, but go check them out. They will be live streaming there. So if you've gone to the show, stop by and say hi to the Baron and Cindy. Let them know Hunt at the Roxbury sent you. And maybe they'll have you on the show. You never know.
Yeah.
But also, one of the big things we really want to hammer on this, we've talked about the vendors, we've talked about the food trucks. And by the way, no slight on Transworld. Transworld's inside of a building at a convention center, so there's only so much you can do. The good thing is these are fairgrounds. So because they're fairgrounds, they can pull up a ton and have a food truck rally. So that gives them a benefit of being able to have that advantage.
Yeah.
But here's one of the things you need to know. They are doing a haunted walkthrough.
Yes.
Okay. Now, haunted walkthrough. Okay, yeah, there's one in just about every Halloween show now, right? Well, let me explain to you what this means.
Yeah.
There are not 1, 2, or even 3. There are 7 pro haunts collaborating together. They're collaborating together to put this on. Each one of them has a section. Think of the Hall of Shadows and Midsummer Scream. Those are home haunters. These are pro haunters. And Midsummer Scream does a killer job with the. If you've never seen the Hall of Shadows, go check it out. It is absolutely stunning what these guys do. Because in California, the home haunts are in a different caliber. They're guys like
pro haunters.
They are pro haunters. so you're going to have something like that here. You're going to have 7 pro haunts collaborating. One of which is Erebus. You definitely don't want to miss this. This is going to be an awesome event. So with that being said, halfway to Halloween, my phone's ringing.
Phone's going off.
Yeah, so obviously that's somebody calling to get information about halfway to Halloween right now. We're gonna have to put them on hold. So the lines are blowing up, guys. But other than that,
oh wait, hold on.
Go ahead. There's more.
A Hearst show.
That's right.
There's a Hearst show, y'all. A Hearst show. There's also a costume contest.
Yes.
So
bring your A game.
I'm telling you, come out. If you are a haunt actor, if you are a cosplayer.
A cosplay. If you're a cosplay, no,
but come out. I'm telling you guys, it is Mother's Day weekend. If your mommy or whoever likes Halloween or
your mommy.
Right. Your mommy likes Halloween and likes oddities. And but I will tell you, it is geared more towards Halloween, right?
It
is halfway to Halloween. There's so many cool vendors out there. And you can definitely go to Halfway to Halloween's Facebook page.
Yep.
I think they have
a website which should show on their Facebook page. You can go check that out even more detail. But there's a lot of information on the Facebook page too as well. So,
but I'm really excited, and we are hoping that we don't get interrupted that day. Yeah. We because the last several years
we got history. We won't get into it, but we got history. So. But yeah, you definitely want to get into that. That's coming up like in 2 weeks, guys. Yes. So like I said, I highly advise not missing this. If you want to see more, we've got a few videos on there. One of my favorite videos that I loved watching, Scare Factor did a video there, and it's fantastic. They did such a great job on that. So if you like watching Scare Factor, Tyler and Nora go on their adventures. Go check out their coverage of Halfway to Halloween, and you'll really get a very good representation of everything the show has to offer.
Don't slide what you do.
Well, I mean, no, but still, I'm telling you, it's one of my favorites in the story. It's one of my favorites.
They're amazing, and they highlighted the show really well.
Yep.
So if you want to get an idea, I do agree with David. It's definitely
because we missed a lot. We missed a lot, but they covered it A to Z. And then also, let me tell you, this is almost worth the admission and the travel. You can get a Necronomicon brownie Let me tell you.
David has not stopped talking about these brownies.
You want this brownie. You want this brownie. You know, I normally would stay, I would normally highly advise staying away from the Book of the Dead. But in this case, you want that smoke. Okay, guys? So, but yeah, halfway to Halloween coming up. Don't miss it. Great event, and you will not regret it. I promise you that. And then this weekend, if you are on the East Coast, and I am regrettably not going to be there, me and Jamie won't make it, but the East Coast Hunters Convention is happening this weekend.
Yeah.
So if you're out there, please get some good coverage. We want to see if we need to live vicariously through someone, because unfortunately we won't be able to get there. It looks like a really awesome show. Last year was its first takeoff, and it was a hit. And I don't think this year is going to be any different. So lots of good stuff coming up. Halloween is coming, and we are here.
It's so crazy. I forgot. I had something that popped up on one of my things saying so many Fridays until Halloween. And I was like, oh my gosh. I forgot the number, of course, because your girl can't remember anything. But it'll be here before we know it.
Oh, yeah.
So make sure you guys, if you like this content and like what David's been doing also with all these, make sure you guys give us the thumbs up. Make sure you comment below. I know that the creators are going to be watching this and they love seeing that.
Yes.
Like we love seeing it when we post ours. It's so awesome to hear what people really loved about the hunt.
Yep.
And so make sure you do that, and then go check out their channels, their Instagrams. I'm sure David will put all that information there.
Yep.
So
screen
yeah.
Yep.
So
yep, absolutely. Definitely let these guys know what you think. It goes a long way. You know, we create this stuff because we love the joy it brings. So last plug, and then I'm done, and we're gonna be vamoose. But the last plug here. Every single hunt you've seen here, and even the episodes earlier this year, can be found on Fright Maps. I highly encourage everyone to download Fright Maps so this Halloween season you can support your local home hunts. Please do. These people are working out of their own pockets. They don't have corporate money. They don't have funders or anything. This is the money they work for every day, and
their blood, sweat, and tears.
They're spilling it out.
Literally, their blood, sweat, and tears.
Literally, yep. So go support them, guys. Go support them. You know, on your way, you can get one in and still make it to that pro hunt. So don't forget about the home hunters out there. I'm always going to pound the table for them. Why? Because I'm one of them. But still, I just think it's a wonderful scene, and we could sit and spend our entire Halloween season going to home hunts because it's that much fun. So, but anyway, guys, I'm signing off. You got anything you want to plug? Anything going on with Jamie Loving All Seasons?
No, if you like lots of hauls and love seeing a girl shop her till she drops, check me out. Actually, I do have, I just did a home tour, but it is spring related, so you'll have to come, all my Halloween fans on this channel, come check me out in the fall. Come see me in the fall. If you like scary or spooky or creepy, my mantles are out of sight.
Or even if you're an undercover Halloween enthusiast that loves Easter, you can go over to her channel anonymously. We won't say anything. It's our secret. It's our secret. Okay. All right.
Come on over and say hi.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this. Once again, let us know what you think and drop a comment for all these other creators. Happy halfway to Halloween.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.